Today we're going to be talking about storming Area 51. Is it a bad idea? And I'm not going to take this where you think I am. There's this story out there. There's a Facebook page. It started off as a joke. We'll see what happens. But basically a bunch of people, it's over like 1 million people now, have committed to showing up to Area 51 on like September 20th of this year and just raiding the place to go find some aliens. I want to tell you why that's a bad idea, and it's not what you think. I'm John from BulldogMindset.com. On this channel, I teach you how to be a man, how to build financial independence for yourself, how to build the physique that you want, how to get the girls that you want, and how to go from the victim mindset to what I call the Bulldog Mindset. If that sounds like something that you are all about, click that subscribe button and join us, my friend. The reason why I think it's a bad idea, aside from the obvious implications, the biggest thing is that if you do this and you publicly announce this, obviously, the U.S. government is going to prepare. Let's say they had aliens there, okay? Let's say that they did. If they know you're coming and there's like 1 million of you, which obviously there's not going to be that many people, but there's definitely going to be people showing up, all right? Obviously, they are going to move the aliens off of there. They're going to have time to prepare to make it look like nothing's going on there and to have a huge amount of security forces. Can you imagine how many security forces are going to show up on September 20th and how much fencing or whatever? They're going to stop it. The reason why it's a bad idea, all right, and then what I'm going to talk about in this video is the idea of letting your enemy know your plan, okay? When you tell people in advance, and this is something we do all the time, when we make threats, okay? When we tell people what we're going to do, when we try to coerce people, when we give people warnings, what ends up happening is we tell them what our plans are and they can prepare for those plans. It's a very bad way to live your life, and it's really easy to do because we want to tell people, we want to reveal information. Never tell your enemy your plan, okay? This is just pretty much common sense, but I see it all the time, right? You see this in stupid Batman television show or any kind of superhero movie where the villain tells the hero how he's going to die, right? What he's going to do, what his plan is for taking over Gotham City or whatever. And it's like, okay, well, I know your plan, so now I can circumvent it. Where if you use the element of surprise, like if you guys just show up at Area 51 and you're just like, bam, you have like this secret flash mob, they're not going to know what the fuck to do. They're going to be overwhelmed, right? They're going to have to figure out shit. But they've got months to think about what's going to happen and how to plan this out. And the same thing happens, right, to us. We get excited. We want to threaten people. We want to tell our plans to our enemy, or it doesn't even have to be our enemy, right? But we reveal too much information, okay? And they end up being able to prepare a defense. Instead of that, what you should do is you should act decisively and swiftly, okay? If you're going to take action, don't make threats. Don't give people warnings. Just take the action, all right? Just do the thing. Just do whatever it is that you're going to do. All right. This applies to things like firing people, breaking up, suing, fighting. Right. We could look at those examples. Right. Let's say that you're firing someone. Right. If I fire someone, you're going to have an indication. Right. I mean that I'm not happy with their performance, but I'm not warning you ahead of time. I'm never making the threat. I'm never saying, oh, I'm going to fire you. Right. You could fuck me over if I do that, right? There's a lot of things like if you know that the axe might be coming, you're going to act differently. You're going to draw things out. There's a lot of reasons why I would never do that, right? Instead, I'm going to, when I make the decision, I'm just going to do it. It's just going to happen, and you're not going to see it coming because you're not going to be able to prepare for that. Breaking up, right? So many dramatic relationships where they're back and forth and, oh, I'm going to leave you, I'm going to do this, and threatening back and forth, and it just creates fucking drama, okay? If you are decisive and take action and you decide that you don't want to be with this person, breaking up with them just like that and not going back is a better choice rather than this going back and forth. We're not broken up again, arguing about it, going back and forth. You see this take up a lot of people's life, right? And it becomes violent sometimes. Suing. Why would you tell someone you're going to sue them, right? Just do it. Right? If you tell them, they're going to prepare for that. They're going to hide their assets. They're going to do things. It seems really weird, right? Again, maybe you shouldn't be suing people, but I hear people threatening to sue all the time. It's a ridiculous thing. Why would you threaten it? Fighting. This is a huge one, okay? How many times has someone talked some shit and talked about, hitting someone or going in the street or whatever, and they get fucking sucker punched by the person who's actually smart enough to not telegraph their move? Okay? Even just fighting in general, telegraphing your moves, right? Don't let your opponent know what you're doing. Use the element of surprise. Just think about this. Never give away information. It doesn't work to your advantage. In every situation where you're giving away information, right, you should give away information on a need-to-know basis, right? Don't reveal too much. Don't say too much about your thinking and what your plans are. Otherwise, someone will use that against you, right? There's no reason, especially in negotiations, any kind of conflict, we reveal too much, we say too much, okay? And we can use this as a tactic to draw out information. A lot of times our opponents will tell us exactly what they're planning on doing, and we can prepare against that. If you act in this way, right, you talk about having the Bulldog mindset, right? People will not fuck with you. Why? Because they know that you mean business. They know that you're just a person that when you reach a certain point or they step over a line, there's no arguing, there's no warning. It's just gonna fucking happen. That's it. People will stop fucking with you, I promise you, when they realize that you're that kind of person. The person who gets fucked with all the time is the person who makes idle threats, the person who doesn't really take action, the person who is always revealing their plans and their details and their drama. But the person who just takes action, who you can't, get a read off of because you don't know when the shit is coming, you don't fuck with them because you don't want to end up on the bad end of it. If you know where the line is and you can kind of, tiptoe the line and barely push your boundary, you're gonna fuck with someone. You're gonna be able to, right? But if you don't know, if you're like, look, I better not take any chances here with this person, they're gonna take action, they're not gonna fuck with you, they're gonna take you seriously. So if you're not being taken seriously by people, it's probably because you're doing this, because you're telegraphing your actions, you're telling people ahead of time, you're using threats instead of taking decisive and swift action. Make sure if you haven't already, click that button up here and take the quiz. Take the Bulldog Mindset quiz. I want to see if you've got the Bulldog Mindset. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.